Alright. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Welcome one, welcome all to Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky All special episodes. This category is quite a meme. So, what this run is it's a compilation of all the side stories that are within Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Sky. These were added to Sky specifically. There's two other versions of this game, Time and Darkness, that don't include this. These are all just Sky exclusive. It's kind of like, you know, additional content like what you'd see in Pokemon Emerald versus Ruby Sapphire. It's that kind of deal. This game has 3 versions as well. So, if anyone ever happened to play Time and Darkness, everything you'll see here is completely new. And I say this category is a meme because special episodes are very, very tough to do consistently. And no, I only have one screen. But for this game, you really only need one screen. I'm mostly streaming with one screen right now because I'm playing on Wii U Virtual Console, which is the optimal platform. It's probably going to save like 5 minutes over the course of the run on load times and movement speed. And I'm doing that because, you know, I have an estimate of 315 here. That's relatively tight for this, so. Now there's 5 special episodes. We can complete them in any order for this category. All that matters is you start with none of them completed, start with empty storage, start with no money, and then complete them all by the end. But yeah, fittingly, lots and lots and lots of cutscenes. So much that I might actually talk about the story for once during one of my speedruns, which I usually completely omit. But the reason that this run in particular is so hard to be consistent with is just because it's so easy to die. So, normally when you play these episodes casually, you can bring your items from your main story save file into the episodes and pretty much just bulldoze through them if need be. But for the speedruns, in order to, you know, prevent us from just taking in like infinite broken items, like 100 pure seeds or something, we start with no items. I can transfer my items between episodes, so I'm starting with what I consider to be the easiest one, you know, quote-unquote the easiest. I'm still probably going to get BS'd, but, you know, quote-unquote the easiest. And then any good items I get in this episode I can use in other ones as well. Like, hopefully I'll find a power band, which would give me an attack boost, and then I can carry that power band throughout the whole run, assuming I don't die and lose it. A bold assumption. This is probably one of my favorite categories to race, because it's definitely like a race anyone can win. Like this can either go really well to the point where I'll PB by a lot, or it can be a total disaster. And there you go. So the story of this episode is about one of the major characters of the story, Wigglytuff. Not all the special episodes are about major characters, I'll be honest. Maybe you could argue otherwise, but the Guildmaster Wigglytuff, one of the most popular characters of the game's story. But in this side story, you play as him in his younger form, Igglybuff. He's still OP even in his younger form, but pretty fragile, and that can lead to problems for us. So I love how I'm following this up after a task. And this video game in particular, there's so much randomness to it that trying to follow up a task. Yeah, I'm gonna look like an idiot. This is probably one of the video games where it is most impossible to move perfectly optimally, because the dungeons are gonna be randomized. We can't really manipulate them. Or when the nips are possible, it's very, very limited. So I have to go into this and react to all that I see. Everything that I do will have to be reaction-based with regards to movement and what actions I take, what items I pick up. I mean, we do have an any % task for PMD that Drowsy made a while back. It wasn't super duper optimized though, it was just meant to be like a representation of our RTA strategies, but with optimal movement, which... optimal movement in this game, you blink and you miss it. It's so instantaneous. Yeah, trying to compare to a task overlord. Good luck, have fun! The only task we can compare to is Clue. And even then, we still probably lose some frames. Thank you for the good luck test runner. I'll definitely need it. Actually, you just reminded me I should probably ping the Discord real quick. Okay. There's that. Now everyone can go observe my terrible mistake. I actually would have liked to submit a speedrun of Gates to Infinity to really lots of lore, because, oh, that game is perfect for this too, but... kind of forgot. I can't remember if I want that chest though. I think that's useful for some fight. So this first dungeon, no matter what, you can't take items into it. Igglybuff just kind of charges in there. Oh, whoops. Okay, that's a hotkey to move. There. And you get these two quote-unquote allies. They're not the best all the time, and if they die, I will get penalized for it. So I do have to make sure the three of us survive. Okay, I'll take both of these, actually. Oran berries are a lot better in this game than they are in main series. They heal 100 HP. Oh yeah, I don't really need to pick up money during this. That was actually pretty quick, wow. That was pretty quick for that dungeon. That dungeon can be real tedious. Yeah, Igglybuff does a Leroy Jenkins. So yeah, one of the reasons to do this episode first in this particular category. You can't take items into this first dungeon anyways. You usually don't die in there, but it can happen. Because the Hoot Hoots in there have hypnosis. And then you can just get sleep hacked to death, because Igglybuff is fragile. Like, Igglybuff is a glass cannon. Yeah, that was a good start. I mentioned Gates Alti. I was thinking about doing a Gates to Infinity speedrun for really lots of lore. My availability is pretty tight, though, so it would have been hard to squeeze in. And I've been busy doing a lot of other really long PMD speedruns. Like, this is roughly a 3.5 hour run, if it goes somewhat poorly. Or maybe 3 hours if it goes very well. I am used to doing like 9-hour runs, 12-hour runs, 30-hour runs, so this is short. When do we get glass BFGs? You know, I can't actually think of something that I would relate to that in PMD. Usually in PMD, if we can do a lot of damage, we also don't take much. Thank you for the good luck, Jody. I will need it. So this is a funny little cutscene. Igglybuff knows no fear. And Sarmaldo's just trying to scare him off, and he's just like, "Hey there, mister. What are you doing?" This is probably one of my, this is probably my second favorite of these episodes in terms of its story. This Armaldo just can't get me off of him. Igglybuff knows no fear and wishes to explore everywhere. Also, yes. If you see Totodile or Chikorita appear during any of these, it's because those are the starters I chose on the main story file, and they do sometimes appear. Though I don't think any should have been in that cutscene, but I could be wrong. So Armaldo can't figure out the secret of this map. What does Igglybuff do with it? Light it on fire. Oh, burned it! Burned it! There's Igglybuff. That's kind of the recurring theme of this episode. Igglybuff does dumb things, but it always ends up being the correct solution to whatever dungeon puzzle. Unfortunately, all of it's like just story dungeon puzzles. The gameplay of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon is... it's still just strictly Mystery Dungeon. It's still just strictly the basic roguelike gameplay. But this particular episode does have a lot of allusions to stereotypical dungeon puzzles. It kind of makes me wish that they had a little bit more variety with the gameplay. But don't worry, this will still be interesting to get through with some of these episodes. Also, apparently, the underside of that map was just made of steel or something. Side note, I think this is one of the episodes that has the most cutscenes in the beginning. I have to be careful here. You can accidentally go back to the first dungeon there if you're not careful. Oh yeah, Crystal Cave puzzle. Woo! Turn all the crystals blue with 4 A presses, and then 2 A presses, and then 5 A presses. Maybe it's the other way around, depending on which way you go. Woohoo! And then there's the Aegis quote-unquote puzzle, which is just item farming hell. When they do try to mix up the gameplay in these games, oh no. I'm headed out to play with my friend again. Friendly friends. The other kids are just like, what is wrong with you? Actually, half of the characters in the game only wonder what is wrong with Igglybuff / Wigglytuff for the whole story, pretty much. Oh yeah, I do think some Sheeran games... Oh, okay, this is where we just go. Yep, definitely ready, definitely. Alright, second dungeon I think starts right here. Yep. Okay. Oh, you got a really bad moveset. Armaldo has slight randomness to his moveset. Actually, I don't think it really matters much. He always just does Metal Claw, Water Gun. That works. So there's one enemy in particular in this dungeon that could kill me pretty easily if I encounter it. That's Diglett. I don't need apples. Okay. They have magnitude, which can hit every target in a room. I'll take that. And it can do a fixed amount of damage, which could be a lot. It can do like a flat 60 damage. So yeah, that's no good. Luckily, even though Armaldo doesn't get a stab move, he still does enough damage. if you're familiar with main series Pokemon mechanics, which I'm sure a lot of you are, same type attack bonus is still a thing in Mystery Dungeon, and it's still a 50% increase, which is a lot in this game. A lot of the elements of the damage formula from main series don't carry over to Mystery Dungeon at all. As in, like, they're... oh, crap. Okay, doesn't matter. Like, the damage formula is entirely different. However, same type attack bonus remains exactly the same. A fixed... oh, that was pretty good, too. A fixed 50% bonus. Yeah, Magnitude's broken. In that dungeon, at least, Magnitude is broken. If it rolls Magnitude 10, you're dead. I think Magnitude 9 also kills you. And this game doesn't have fairy types. This is a Generation 4 Pokemon game, so it uses a lot of Generation 4 mechanics. It does have the physical special split. Not that that really stands out with this particular episode, because, you know, we're using moves that would have retained the same type anyways. But they didn't have fairy type yet, not until Gen 6, and the first Mystery Dungeon to implement that was Super Mystery Dungeon, my personal favorite. Also, this is what I'm talking about. This is like, they just took like 3 or 4 Zelda puzzles and stuffed them in here. It's all just background objects, though. And yes, in addition to the usual power, PP, accuracy that you deal with in main series. That is the solution to the puzzle, by the way. Just blow up the door. But yeah, in addition to power, PP, accuracy, the Mystery Dungeon games also have range to consider, and moves that have better ranges tend to be some of the best. So in the beginning of this episode, Wigglytuff, adult Wigglytuff, was talking about the item that's obtained in this cutscene here. Which, now that I think about it, it's a bug-type exclusive item. It should boost Armaldo's stats or something during this very episode, or it should make him immune to something, but... no, apparently we just never actually get that item. It never actually gets used. Although I don't think it would matter. I think it would make him immune to flying type attacks, which I don't even think we encountered during this. Yeah, it's usually if you see a speedrunner say, or if you hear a speedrunner of a Pokemon game say the word range, they're referring to like damage ranges, which are also a thing in this game. Like, I think in this game, you can do, like, plus 15% or minus 15% damage with damage ranges, so they're still a thing, but usually not that relevant, whereas in main series speedruns, oh, it's like, the whole run is knowing damage ranges, I think. Well, not the whole run, but, like, it's a big part of it. Here, we don't know what we're going to encounter necessarily every dungeon. Like, you can think of the most dreadful enemy to encounter and then just not see it for a whole dungeon in these runs. It's alright, I'll just get Armaldo later. We'll worry about him falling into a 100-foot pit later. Now, I think, I could be wrong. Also, oh, there's so much gold in this dungeon. Anyways, I think this game actually reveals Arceus, or Arceus, or however you want to say it, before its official release, but you have to beat a stupidly hard dungeon to see it. And when I say stupidly hard, I really mean it's bullshit. Like, you can take the best Pokemon in the game for getting through that dungeon and still lose it over and over again, potentially without it even really being your fault. The dungeon is garbage. At one point, I was doing a lot of streams of trying to beat Destiny Tower with various selected Pokemon. It wasn't too long before I permanently rage quit that nonsense. It was awful. Monster houses actually aren't that bad, assuming you've got the right items. There's actually quite a few ways you can respond to them. I don't even mind monster houses that much usually, because, you know, for one, usually you have a Petrify Orb or a Spurn Orb, which will just immediately trivialize it. But even if you don't, you just know that when you get a monster house, it's time to use good items. I think less a lot of the time when I get a monster house versus other difficult situations. But yeah, Destiny Tower is a special Sky exclusive dungeon. It's not in the Zero Isles. The Zero Isles being like the hard dungeons that were present in Time and Darkness. Those are in Sky, but Destiny Tower is its own separate thing that has to be unlocked by Spinda by getting a lot of drinks at his cafe and praying. You have to pray to the RNG just to unlock the dungeon, and then the dungeon itself is also praying to the RNG, so yeah. Sometimes you can deal with a monster house without items. You can just back into the corridor and fight one at a time. But that's no fun. And yeah, monster house with agility, oh boy. We are almost certainly going to see some monster houses during this run, but I already picked up a Petrify Orb. So I've already got a little bit of insurance against one. Let's see. Silverwind and Ominous Wind, those are room ranged moves. I was talking about ranged moves earlier. Moves that can hit an entire room. Those are some of the most broken in the game. Magnitude is one such move, which we're thankfully past now. But later in this run, we are pretty likely to have an encounter with Ominous Wind, which not only is a room ranged move, but it still comes with its coveted chance of getting a boost to all stats when it lands a hit. And that chance is, you get a chance at that for every single target you hit too. And in the episode where I encounter Ominous Wind, I'm going to have a party of 2 members. And you can get a speed boost off of it, and speed in this game is very different than it is in main series. Turn order isn't really a thing, because, you know, the gameplay is so different. Whoever gets the first turn in this game just depends on positioning. Like there, the Zigzagoon got me first, just because of where I happened to be. Usually, if I'm in a big room where I can see enemies coming, I'll try to make sure I get the first strike on them. But in corridors, there's not much I can do. Sometimes in corridors, you're just dashing and then you die. Revive. Okay, good. Revives are broken, but very much necessary. In this game, a Reviver Seed will instantly revive you on death with full health, full PP on all your moves, and full belly, which won't really matter for episodes, but normally you can also starve to death in these games. But all the dungeons and episodes are short enough that that's never going to be relevant today, unless I get a terrible dungeon. So as you can see, Abra doesn't behave too differently from how he does in main series. He's even really hard to recruit in this game. I would just turn off from all those moves so that he runs, but some Pokemon are particularly annoying to run from. Oh, he's... okay, well, he's separated from me. Whatever. Yeah, later games in the Mystery Dungeon series kind of changed multi-hit moves so that I don't think you can lose multiple revives at once. Although multiple enemies can still take multiple revives. So yeah, like, Reviver Seeds are broken, but they're also absolutely necessary. And I definitely want as many as possible today. Oh yeah, I just remembered, I do want the Chesto Berry. It's good for Bidoof Swish. Which, I got one in the beginning, so that's good. I'll take that. 2 Petrify Orbs, very good to have. And I also have a Quick Orb, which is good for quite a few minor emergencies. Wow, that overall went really well. I'm going to PB for this particular episode. If I beat this boss, I'm actually going to PB. Normally, in an all special episodes run, I'm not too concerned about PBing for each individual episode, because individual episode runs also require you to bring in only, bring in no items. But for every episode after this, I'm gonna have items used in, from storage from this. But this episode I did start with nothing, and I'm actually on PB pace for it. I don't know by how much, but this was really good. And I actually haven't played any Mystery Dungeons besides Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, but I will probably branch out soon. Those are great laughs. Groo. And then there's just a bunch of completely random Pokemon. Okay, do I remember what to do? Snow. Alright, luckily that doesn't matter. You get random weather here. Alright, I think I want to kill you. I think I want to turn off Metal Claw. Probably should have gotten the Omega. Okay. Okay. Nice run. I PB'd. It looks like I got a 31. Casual marathon PB for a special episode. That's a good start. And I somehow managed to retain the Reviver Seed I picked up, so now I have that for the next episode, which I'm probably going to need it in. Damn, I actually could have done that a lot faster too if I wasn't, like, checking so many items. But I'll take that. That's a good start. I'd feel more proud of it, but, like, it's just dumb luck with episodes. It's dumb luck. I just got really lucky that I was able to find the stairs very quickly on a lot of the floors there. I think in that entire episode, there was only one floor that I had to check every room. So that's pretty good. That usually happens to me a lot. Now I'm talking all casually over this actually genuinely very sad cutscene. This is actually a really good cutscene. And find out that for this whole this whole emotional 20-minute journey, Armaldo was an outlaw. We don't know what he did, but we cry. He's forever remembered as master. And so Igglybuff holds on to the Defend Globe, and then that becomes the treasure for his pretty much rest of his life. Or as long as it takes for him to break it, which knowing Wigglytuff would not take long. If it's any condolence, Armaldo does come back in Super Mystery Dungeon. Or any consolence, whatever. He does come back. Anyways, hardest episode, pretty debatable. Bidoof's Wish can be a problem because, you know, Bidoof's a normal type and he has to deal with a lot of rock types, steel types at the end of his episode. And then Jirachi can be a complete wall. Episode 3 is rough just because Sunflora sucks. Alright, let's see. 31:18. That is a really good episode 2 time. I don't know what the timer says on really longathon, but my personal timer, 31:18. Hooray! I love how I just get special episode PB. Wait, what? Is it really shady? What? I don't think I've ever had a special episode WR before. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? I'm checking speedrun.com right now. Hold on. I mean, I can't be too surprised. It's special episodes. Like I said, they're dumb luck. But if this is the record, I'm gonna feel bad just because I wish I hadn't checked so many items. I'm not signed in on this computer. Let's see. Explorers of Sky. Okay, Whom has 3229 for Wii U? Sakura's 3135. Oh my god, I just got casual world record for this episode. Just casually out of nowhere. I don't think I have ever had a special episode record before, seriously. I've had all special episodes record once. I don't think I have ever had a record for for any individual special episode. That's really funny. Alright. I can't wait to see Whom and Secures reactions to that. That's so dumb. That's so dumb. I mean, it's not free. That's the thing. You have to get really lucky. It takes dumb luck. Post the split. Oh yeah, I gotta. Oh fuck. Let's see. That's gonna be a pain to do, but I'll do it after the run. Because I have Discord closed on the computer I'm streaming on right now, so as to use less CPU. So I'd have to open up Discord. Okay. Believe me though, I want to. I mean, it's not usually this dumb luck, it's just special episodes are. Like, there's not too much you can bring to them. Not all runs are dumb luck, though. Some are very, very knowledge-based. Anyways, we're doing my favorite next. I didn't start the timer on time for it, but it's not going to matter. I mean, for shorter categories, yeah, it's very much dumb luck. Also, big spoilers for the main story here. For shorter categories, you can just grind and grind and grind until you get good stair luck like what I just had. But for longer runs, which are my preference, because usually I don't get such strokes of dumb luck very often. That's where a lot of knowledge comes in. And this episode's an hour long, so this episode does benefit with game knowledge a little more. Also sour, please. Actually, like, almost every song in this episode is so good. I love the soundtrack in this episode. In general, this is my favorite. I also consider it the second easiest personally, but there can still be BS, so... Like, this game can look as easy or as impossible as it wants. First dungeon of this episode also requires me to enter with no items, but after that I can use the storage rock, and then I can claim the items that Igglybuff had found somehow. Doesn't make any sense, but we're gonna roll with it. Yeah, this game's Pokédex just goes up to Gen 4. Goes up to specifically 492 species, not counting Arceus. I have done Recruit 'em All speedruns of this game a few times, as well as with Time and Darkness, and I'm actually going to do one pretty soon. Shady. I mean, I guess we'll see how the first dungeon goes. Yeah, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon is, in general, like, they have such good stories. Like, if you've only seen main series Pokemon games, you might not expect much of the stories. You know, maybe Gen 5 had some good stories. Maybe once in a while you'll see some good writing, but the Mystery Dungeons, on the other hand, just totally blow that away. I think it helps that you get to play as the Pokemon. That really helps you get more attached to them than you otherwise would. If I WR every episode in this run, I think I'm going to get banned from the community. I'm not cheating and never would, but I don't know how I'd prove it if I WR'd every episode. Alright, Grovile's episode. Here we go. Him hop. Flygons are dangerous, they can supersonic you. Oop, take that. It's a good Monster House Orb. I guess I'll take one apple in case I get a real bad dungeon. Oof. Flygon, I'm sorry. Flygon's one of my favorite Pokemon, but you don't want to get hit by one. Oh no. Okay, good start. Or at least I think it was good. Yep. Also, that statue doesn't let you withdraw items, it only lets you save. But after that, I can withdraw items. Oh. Oh yeah, this episode has a lot of really nasty floor layouts. Alright, we're not WRing this episode anymore, it's already over. I'm happy I got one though, like... Oh yeah, accuracy of moves in PMD Much lower than the main series, generally speaking. There are some exceptions to that, but yeah, there's almost no 100% accurate moves in the game. Most moves are 88% accuracy. Okay, there's a floor for you. That's how the game usually goes for me. Doesn't look as easy now, does it? And I still didn't have any terrible encounters. Just some slow ones, but nothing, like, dangerous. Oh, shit. You know what? You know what? This is a little dangerous. It's just, yeah. Should have done that immediately. Okay. Yeah, there you go. There's the luck element of PMD. The last episode, I had no problem at all. Just quickly got through every floor. That's how it be. I tend to like the categories where the stairs luck matters less, though. Like I said, the longer categories, you know, you're going to have a big mix of bad dungeons and good dungeons, almost no matter what. Like, the luck factor kind of evens out more with larger categories. So, it becomes more a matter of your execution and knowledge. Even this particular category, though the episodes individually are very inconsistent, all 5 of them strung together, you gotta know what you're doing. Dig is actually a 100% accurate move. Okay, not too bad. That fight can go sour. I think Sableye, I don't know if they all have it every time, or if it's random what their moves are or what, but Sableye tend to have punishment, which Dusknoir is weak to. Super effective moves don't get as ridiculous a damage multiplier in Mystery Dungeon as they do in main series, since you are more limited in the variety of Pokemon you can have battle in this game. So super effective moves, I think their damage multiplier is like 1.3, maybe 1.6. I think it's like 1.33 or something like that. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's not as potent as it is in main series, I can tell you that much. Maybe it's 1.6. Drawing a blank on that. The problem with Dig is if the enemy is smart and decides to use a ranged move instead of walk into your attack. But yeah, Dig is interesting in how it can be used in Mystery Dungeon. You don't necessarily have to lose a turn when you're using Dig in this game. Okay, so let's see. Let's take some heals, take that revive for sure, take the Monster House orbs, alright. Now we take Dusknoir with us, which is interesting, because in the main story he's like the main villain, but here the enemy of our enemy is our friend. Being a Recruit-em-all runner, it slightly triggers me to see a Soul Rock. Soul Rock is really difficult to recruit in this game. And yeah, you don't catch Pokemon in this game, you recruit them. That's how it works in the main story. Since you are a Pokemon, you don't just run around throwing Pokeballs at other Pokemon, you just have them join your team. You beat the crap out of them, and then they're like, hey, you know what, I think you're cool. That's how it is in the older games anyways. And Rescue Team DX. Nice. I love Dusknoir's Shadow Punch animation. Special Band, I will equip that. That'll make my Absorb attack stronger. In case I need to heal. Okay. Too bad we don't get to hear more of that amazing song. Yeah, Soul Rock, it spawns a lot in Temporal Tower, but you can't recruit in that dungeon. You have to recruit Soul Rock in Spatial Rift, where it has, I think, a 1.5-ish spawn rate, 1.5%. So good luck, have fun. And Spatial Rift in general is just hell because there's a ton of Pokemon in there with very low spawn rates. That dungeon's a nightmare and recruit them all. It's funny. I'm saying that longer categories in this game are more knowledge based than luck based, but I guess even recruit them all contradicts that, because then instead of stairs luck, it becomes your recruit luck. The process of recruiting Pokemon is entirely luck based. Basically, each one just has a percentage chance to join. There are certain items and skills you can equip or have in order to increase your chances of recruiting Pokemon, which of course in a speedrun, where we try to recruit them all, we'll get all those items as soon as we can, and then clean out every dungeon. But ultimately, you're always in the hands of RNG, and rare spawns especially. Legendaries differ depending on which one they are. Darkrai with one. No, that category is stupid. That category is stupid now. This game has recently had some... Well, it's recently had a brand new major exploit, which involves none other than Jirachi and completing Bidoof's Wish. Yeah, Kecleon's particularly notorious when you're doing a recruit 'em all. You have to stack together every possible item and every possible skill that can increase recruit chances, and even with that, he only has a 0.1% chance of joining. So in my recruit 'em all speedruns, I've had Kecleon take between 30 minutes and 2 hours. Fastest I've ever seen was Whom get it in under 10 minutes. Worst we've ever seen was Rob try for 14 hours before having to quit. But yeah, I will inevitably talk about the new exploit found for this game recently, and I want to talk about it because I'm going to be doing a recruit 'em all using it for the first time. So speaking of Temple World Tower, here we are. Oh yeah, Ditto's weird in this game. It doesn't copy moves or typing like it's supposed to. Oh, I should have checked that item. That gear could have been helpful. Yeah, poor Ditto is actually like the worst Pokemon in the game. I don't know what you mean by strongest recruit. I mean, I guess Kecleon, because he has 255 in every stat. Hardest recruit is very debatable, because there's a lot of things that can go very, very horribly. Service Fish is a very strong recruit. Oh, you're a Ditto. So yeah, Ditto just it transforms to disguise itself, and then it dies using Struggle. Now, Struggle does hit pretty hard, but yeah, Ditto is tragically pitiful in this game. Because somebody asked. Legendary Pokemon. Certain ones will just spawn very much like normal enemies in certain dungeons. If you're holding an item called the Secret Slab or Mystery Part, either one works. They'll spawn once on a particular floor if you come with the Secret Slab. And then there's others. There's the 7 treasure legendaries, which each have a 50% chance to join, a fixed 50% no matter what the circumstances, at the ends of each of their dungeons. Some of those guys are at the ends of 50 floor dungeons, so missing the coin flip there is really bad. Oh, I'm out of PP for Leaf Blade. Oh gosh, just finish it. Now, luckily, the first half of Temporal Tower is shorter this time around. Convenient use of moves, overall usefulness. Well, it's still hard to answer because it depends on what you're doing. There's a lot of different things you can go for in a playthrough of a mystery dungeon. Like, if your goal is just to beat the main story, the strongest things you're going to recruit are your starters in the beginning of the game. There you go. If you want to beat the post-game story, that's pretty much the same because you're forced to fight Darkrai with your main starters unless you use the Jirachi exploit, apparently. As we learned very recently. So only past that can you really use other recruits. Like if you want to beat every dungeon in the game. If you want to beat every dungeon in the game, then like something like Dialga would be excellent. It's easy to recruit because it's guaranteed at the end of its dungeon, and it has a very unique IQ skill set that only it and Darkrai get. The last skill within that set, granting it permanent double speed. So. And then, like I mentioned, there's also Kecleon, who just casually has 255 in every stat. So, but you know. You have to dedicate a really strong Pokemon just to recruit him at all. And potentially a lot of time. So it's tough to answer a question like that, because it really depends. In the Recruit 'em all speedruns, we get a Lantern, because that's really helpful for recruiting other Pokemon. Yeah, this game doesn't really let you use recruits much until you're in, like, post-game. Jirachi exploit is so new that not much has been documented on it yet. I only recently did a stream showcasing it. It's very new. Oh, I'll take that. Actually, Alti brings up a good point. Though even in Super, you still have to have your mains for the main story, but Alti brings up a good point. I default to just not even talking about Super now because, well, you know what happens when I talk about Super. As much as I love the game, you know what happens. But that's true. Super's recruitment system is a lot better about actually letting you use the things you get. Crobat, one of my favorite Pokemon. You just completely screwed me over, though. Here, you get confused too. You do Shadow Sneak. Okay. There we go, problem solved. You can hide inside the walls when recruiting Kecleon, but you're still gonna want somebody that can actually do decent damage to them. It's actually what I do in the speedrun. I hide inside of walls while recruiting Kecleon because they can't hurt you at all from there. Okay, well that took a while. So the Jirachi exploit I'm talking about, what it is Jirachi has a special mission that he gives you after you've completed Medu's Wish and after you've gotten the secret rank, which Caesar gives you in the post-game story. And using a Wonder Mail generator, you can generate a mission that is just like Jirachi's challenge letter, but you can place it in a different dungeon than Star Cave, where it's supposed to be. And apparently, when you do that, you'll unlock the dungeon. And that breaks things a lot. Unfortunately, you can't do it until you're in post-game because it requires secret rank, and you have to beat Medu's Wish. But once you've done that, oh boy. Yeah, this is like its own genre of games, and a lot of Mystery Dungeon games do play quite similarly. The Pokemon ones being among the easier ones, though even this game can be pretty bullshit, as we are pretty likely to see in this particular dungeon. Like those Rhyperiors, they have Horn Drill. That still is an instant kill move, just like it is in main series. So, want to be careful around them. It does miss a lot. And then there's Ominous Wind, which we were talking about earlier. Oh shit. Yeah. Yeah, I think I said Mystery Dungeon is its own genre. That's probably not the best way of describing it, but... Yeah, games with Mystery Dungeon in the title have similar gameplay. They all go kind of like this. It definitely isn't for everybody, because it can get repetitive. However, despite looking so repetitive, it is kind of astounding how much depth can be uncovered in these games. It especially becomes evident if you try speedrunning them. Definitely part of the thrill of speedrunning this is no two runs are going to be alike. Though if the characters are strong enough, maybe the runs will feel similar to one another. Like, this episode, Grovyle and Dustnor are pretty strong. But yeah, Mystery Dungeon games have similar gameplay. Roguelike is it's quite a term. I think some people would actually consider this game a roguelite because it's less punishing. Different people have different definitions of roguelike, but my general definition is game with procedurally generated dungeons. So this fight is bullshit. And I have to keep both myself and Dustnor alive. I think you're weakened. Okay. You know, I'm happy that went as clean as it did. That fight can go real bad. Getting surrounded by so many dark types. So your whole PC is dead. Well, that's rather inconvenient in the middle of a marathon, isn't it, Frosty? My condolences for your PC. I've heard different definitions of roguelike and roguelite. I don't even care anymore. I don't even use the term roguelike anymore. I've heard different arguments for what it is. But yeah, interestingly, the PMD games do have, like, self-contained roguelike dungeons in their own right. Like Destiny Tower, I was talking about that earlier. Like, every run of that dungeon might as well be an entire video game. An entire roguelike video game with permadeath. 99 floors of bullshit and one death and you start all over. No revives spawn in that dungeon. Randomly generation bullshit simulators. I like that. That's a good one. I definitely agree. Probably gonna jinx myself, but honestly, we still haven't seen too much bullshit yet. Kind of surprised. But there's still like 3.5 episodes left, so. I'll take that. I'll take those revives. RNBS. Oh, okay, well there's a monster house. But yeah, I have a lot of Petrify Orbs, so this is rather trivial. Very broken item. Although, you do need to be a little careful because petrified enemies will become unpetrified if anything happens to them, and all it takes is like one enemy using a move that benefits other enemies around it, and then everything becomes unpetrified. So, do have to be careful. But usually a Petrify Orb trivializes monster houses. Okay, 1 hour in. There's 2 Porygons on the screen. There's another really rare spawn. Flutterby, it sounds like you've had fun in Rescue Team DX. God, Rescue Team DX is so hard. I've done speedruns of every Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game, and that's my main staple on my channel, though I definitely primarily do Explorers. But holy crap, Rescue Team DX is so brutal. Oh, if that happened to you in a marathon, yeah, that'll get you to never forget something, having it happen in a marathon. I'm still never forgetting that Igglybuff WR, that's so funny. Oh shit, I thought I was still in the cutscene. Professional speedrunner. Knows his game like the back of his hand. I play this game a ton, but I don't do episodes much. I'm honestly astounded I've done as well as I have thus far. Oh, didn't want to fight you. Sure. I mean, I do sometimes get Twitch subscriptions in bits. So, I mean, sometimes I get paid. It's just not a paycheck. I'm only kidding, though. By no means am I necessarily professional. If I want to be quote-unquote professional, I probably should stop swearing so much, but how can you not swear when you're speedrunning this video game? Even at the best of times, this game is bullshit. Uh-oh. Alright, well luckily Dusknoir can finish both of these for me. Rep in this game works kind of like how it does in Gen 1, where it just completely immobilizes you. Not a good move to get hit by. I mean, that WR was dumb luck. I don't take much pride in that. That was a dumb luck. Yeah, Rap's a real fun move. Whoops. Especially in the beginning of any percent runs in Drenched Bluff, which is full of Chingling. Don't need that, really. One thing I do like about this episode is Dusknoir and Grovyle actually synergize fairly well, and this episode throws a lot of ghost types at you, which are normally pretty maddening enemies because they can go through walls, and you cannot attack a ghost inside a wall normally, but Dusknoir can. And with Ghost being weak to ghost, Dusknoir is pretty instrumental in dealing with them. Also, I hadn't pointed it out yet, but oh shit. This is where we use a Spurn Orb. I was saying damage calculation's quite different in PMD, and so are the multipliers for type effectiveness. You might have noticed that Dusknoir is able to hit normal types with ghost type moves. That is just how it is in early PMD games. Moves that would normally trigger an immunity in main series just do 50% damage here. Yeah, welcome back, Pixel. By the way, since I know you're looking forward to it most, OMG's at the end. Today's OMG is the last episode I do. I consider it the least consistent. And we're actually gonna do what I consider probably the hardest one next. Hardest just because of one boss. But speaking of hard bosses, there's this one. Totter seeds that I've picked up will probably trivialize this, but this fight can be a nightmare. These Glalis all have dark moves and ice moves, so they can cover both you and Dusknoir. I have this. And Confusion is super busted in PMD, so that is going to be rather helpful. Wasn't expecting him to kill himself, but I'll take it. Okay. Alright, so if you cringe, there we go. I walked backwards there so that Dusknoir could retain his turn from flinching. Okay. Okay. Hey, you're confused. That's supposed to hit me. Oh, okay, I have thorns. Ugh. Protect can actually last multiple turns in this game, which is busted. However, it also fails a lot, so that's the countermeasure of it being busted, is it also fails a lot. Yeah, that fight can be a total nightmare. I think there's more optimal strategies for it. I don't really know them. I just went with what I knew best, which is use Totter Seeds on Glalis. If you let all 4 Glally attack at the same time, you're gonna have a bad time. Sometimes Grovyle gets frozen and then Dusknoir just gets crunch spammed over and over again. Also, this cutscene has some very popular dialogue. This is a really moving cutscene. bit ironic that he has that conversation with a ghost type, but also, yeah, that's such a really good song that even casually you don't hear in full. You have to go to the in-game jukebox or just stop in that cutscene for a long time to hear that song. This whole episode has so much good music, even in the cutscenes. Thanks, Pixel. I mean, this episode's been going much crappier than the first one, so... I mean, you can also always watch the VOD. Oh crap, I just realized I didn't even locally record. The only footage of that Igglybuff WR is on Longathon. I just realized I meant to local record just in case. Damn it. Alright, Zelnos, it's very important that this run gets highlighted. Very important. Even though this was just supposed to be a filler run. It's very important it gets highlighted. But yeah, I think I got so wrapped up in the dialogue when I played this for the first time that I wasn't even thinking about the music. The music was just a compliment. Okay. Ah, yes, this dungeon known as 10F Shithole. I guess, I took a really unoptimal path there, whoops, whatever. I guess Secure Account, who is known for getting world records very, very quickly, has had some horrible times in this particular dungeon. Oop, I want that. I want as many revives as possible. Oh, for stuff like this. Okay. Got through that without too much issue, thankfully, because the stairs were there and it didn't spam me too much. Not only is Ominous Wind broken to the point where you can get hit that far away, but on top of that, the Pokemon that bears it is Drifloon. Ooh, finally. And Drifloon's ability, Unburden, is super broken in this game. It just lets it double strike. It's really dumb. Also, you can have two abilities at once in this game. Pokemon that are supposed to have like one of two different abilities, they just get them both. So it has both Unburden and Aftermath to blow up in my face. But yeah, for Unburden to proc its double strike, you just need to not be holding an item, and bam, there you go. Drifblim and Drifloon are so overpowered that those are my mains of choice for Destiny Tower. Oop, not that. Ah, why do you have to take 3 hits? Okay. Okay, 10F shithole indeed. Wait, Igglybuff is the one episode Secure had issues in, and that's the one I got casual WR on? Reverse luck episode. Such as PMD. Now for a 10-minute cutscene. Yes, Secure. Hello. Yes. I'm not joking. I actually casually randomly got WR and Igglybuff with this run. It was 31-18. And I don't think I've ever had a single world record in any single special episode before. I've only had all special episodes WR briefly once. But yes. And yeah, right now with this episode, I'm sitting on 42 minutes. This episode is certainly not going to be WR. This one's been going too slow. The Legends Arceus treatment. You know, that game hasn't even come out yet. We've yet to see what that actually means. I would be careful with your words. I do respect Rescue Team DX for what it did, though. I really like the art style in that game. I think it's beautiful. Yeah. Literally, it's almost in every stream thing. People love to complain about the 3D Pokemon Mystery Dungeons appearances. I think they're fine. But yeah, if you've never looked at Rescue Team DX before, it is a really cool art style. When I played through Rescue Team Deluxe, a lot of the cutscenes, I just paused for a moment to admire how it looked, because there are cutscenes where the background legitimately looks like artwork in something like in a museum or a picture book, I swear. I love the art style in that. Personally, really love what they did with that. Funny enough, I'm usually a person that defends the application of 3D models. But maybe the one thing I don't like the appearance of too much in Rescue Team DX is the textures that are applied to the models of the Pokemon. But most people have said that that looks fine, so... But yeah, the most recent release, Rescue Team DX, very much worth a play. I consider it the most challenging in the series, although that game does reward you handsomely for grinding missions, so you can also make it the easiest if you want. The Igglybuff special episode run, yes, that will count. I started that episode with no items used from storage. If you're getting at how slow battles can be in Rescue Team DXR, Shady, I get you. But yeah. Oh, this episode. This particular episode, no. It would not count because I withdrew items from storage. Not that it matters because this episode is not on WR base anyways. Not at all. If I want to do a WR attempt for an individual episode, I need to begin it itemless and not use storage, or at least not withdraw anything from storage, unless it was put in storage during the episode. By the way, grew. They all got angry. Or as I've named him, Fluffy. I'm sorry for glossing over the story so much. I don't know what it is. I guess I've just played the game so much that even though I would genuinely say that the story is like the best part of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, I never talk about it when I speedrun it. I just get completely involved in the gameplay. That's just how the series transitioned for me. As I transitioned from casual to speedrunner, I got completely involved in the gameplay, and I don't even look at the cutscenes, but seriously, if you play these games casually, oh my god, the story's so good. Especially in this episode. I wish I could do this episode a better justice. See, look how good the writing is. Isn't that G just so moving? Hey man, Fluffy's a very mature name for Dialga. You have to have a high intelligence to respect that. And you have to be doing a 37-hour speed run. That's what 37-hour speed runs do to you, man. Actually, Altia, if it was, that wasn't intentional. Not at all. I just completely randomly named Dialga Fluffy during my all dungeon speedrun, that's all. That is all. So yeah, I didn't even mention it. Casual shiny Celebi. Until Rescue Team DX, it was the only shiny Pokemon in the Mystery Dungeon series. Also, oh my god, this music. One of my favorite songs in the game. Yeah, actually, I think those moves aren't too bad to have on. But too late now. It's a bit awkward getting around with a party of 3. Whoa! Somebody used agility. Alright, I'm still using that. Ah! Accidentally opened the menu somehow. Welcome to my Mystery Dungeon gameplay where you get into a battle and the game just randomly spews out. There is nothing underneath Groval's feet. You know, valuable information for the battle at hand. Thank you for the good luck, Pixel. Oh shit. I got lots of Monster House orbs, so we're safe from those. Oh. Not that great at moving with parties of 3, but most of us aren't. It's really awkward. The third member keeps picking up items you don't want. They get hit by room range moves, making those slower. Like it's kind of funny having bigger parties at least in this game and the rescue team, is more of a burden than anything. Oh crap. Okay, being frozen, thankfully, is not the worst, because you are actually invincible when you're frozen. But it's annoying. Especially if you can't hit the Aerodactyl! Why are you so hard to hit? Oh crap. There was nothing I could do about that. It's a really, really good agility play by Metagross there. It gave the Aerodactyl a free turn and I couldn't save myself there. It took, honestly though, it took long enough for something bullshit like that to happen. It took long enough. I'm lucky. Jeez. Yeah, fun and interactive. I missed, like, what, 5 attacks in a row or something? Crap. Yeah, welcome to Mozzarella Cheese playing PMD. This is more like how it usually goes. That's more like it. Obviously, you hope everything goes cleanly. Also, it doesn't help if I make dumb movement errors. You hope everything goes cleanly, but it usually doesn't. Oh, God. I would have made it off that floor like 15 seconds faster if I didn't hit that trap by accident. It's doubly maddening. You can get such bad luck that there's nothing you can do about it, and then there's also just times where you make an incredibly minor mistake and you get a ludicrous punishment for it. Also, sour, please. Oh boy. Okay. Oh, you're gonna use Heal Bell. Perish Song kind of broken in a game where you can't just switch Pokemon. It still has the same effect, it's just very inaccurate to compensate. But it still insta-kills you after 3 turns if you get hit, and it is party-wide. It's floor-wide, actually. You can be extremely far away from the user and still be killed by it. Goodness. And no, this song, I don't think it shows up anywhere else in the game. Not even in dungeons that are also Sky exclusive that, like, shuffle through random music. As if Perish Song wasn't bad enough, Smoochum also has Forewarned, which you may have noticed it's a bit of a busted ability in this game. Certain abilities had their effects changed drastically to accommodate Mystery Dungeon gameplay. Oh boy. I'm not dealing with this. Do I have anything? Oh, gosh. Will that help? I have no idea if that orb affects accuracy or not, but if it does, I'm glad I did that. So wow, this dungeon's taking a very long time. I can tell because I don't usually hear the whole music loop, but whatever, I guess it's a treat. Yeah, I think the All Hit Orb just guarantees crits. I don't think it guarantees that you'll hit. So I think I got lucky there against that Absol. But I honestly never use all hit orbs, so I don't know. Like, there's just certain items I practically never use unless I'm in that stupid of a situation that it's like, ah, whatever. Dude, so many traps. Damn it, I was trying to avoid that trap, Celebi. Okay. Oh no, not Will-O-Wisp. Okay. We went through like 2 whole music loops there. Okay. A lot of people's favorite theme in the game here, Primal Dialga. Really good music, but you only hear it for 2 seconds because his fights don't take long. Also, we just casually tank Roar of Time here and luckily enter the battle unharmed. Well, Fuddlebot, to be fair, a lot of moves have their effects changed. Although sometimes the changes are quite questionable on how OP they are or how useless they are. But still, they had some sort of care. And then certain moves were actually updated in later Mystery Dungeons too, to be more main series like. Anyways, enjoy this song while you can. Where are they? I only had 1. That is not the move I wanted to go for. Oh, that was a mistake. Oh boy. Okay, no crits, good. Okay, that was a slow fight. Alright, that's that episode essentially complete. Actually, I guess my ending time still wasn't too bad. I've had better though. It looks like it's going to be about a 102. It's actually pretty close to my PB for this episode. So I guess that was better than I thought. But it doesn't matter, because even if I PB'd for this episode, it would not count. Yeah, 2 down, 3 to go. So Dusknoir's dead, but at least his ghost afterlife shined. Also, I love this animation here of Scrollvile picking up Celebi. That's so good. And here it's too bad I can't show the top screen, because it complements this pretty well. And then they all died. Except not really. Because E-rated video games. Or Arceus, or whatever. Or a mysterious unknown force above Dialga. Gee, I wonder what that would be in Pokemon canon. Technically still never explicitly stated, but... yeah, it's kind of interesting what the plot does here. When you read what Dialga says, there's a clear allusion to the Pokemon Arceus, but not explicitly stated. It also might have just been the power of friendship, you're right. I mean, that's pretty OP in video games, right? So yeah, that was the plot of that episode. They restore the, well, both these guys and the main story characters restore the dark, deadly future. Where somehow time was frozen. Don't think about how that works. Also, yeah, a bit odd that Dialga fixes nature. I mean, he restores the flow of time, and I guess the rest happens as a result. That's the only thing I can assume, because, oh, split. Okay, so that was a 102.35 for Grovyle. That's not bad. My PB for the episode is 101, so I was a minute off. So, Runabun, thank you for the raid. You guys just missed, like, my favorite special episode in this game. But welcome aboard. This is Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky, all special episodes. All very bullshit speedrun. I don't think that's right, IX. I don't think that's right. Now we do have to watch another credits roll. We do have to watch a credits roll at the end of each episode so that the game saves our completion. So that we can have our items transferred between the episodes. But yeah, welcome aboard, y'alls. I'm Mozzarella Cheese. I very commonly do Pokemon Mystery Dungeon speedruns on my personal channel. And I do speedruns of all the different ones, but I mostly do Explorers. I'm doing a big run next week. This run, I guess you could say, is a warm-up, even though only like 1/5 of the run I'm doing today will be relevant for the big run next week, but whatever. Serenity Forest. Do you mean Purity Forest? Dude, go somewhere else if you want to watch that. Or watch my Blue Rescue Team All Icons speedruns. As you actually do have to complete Purity Forest at the end of that category. There is a long category I like to do that requires completing Purity Forest. But I only do that category once in a while. But yeah, this particular speedrun I'm doing today is a speedrun of each of the side stories in Explorers of Sky, added specifically to Sky. You don't get to see any of the content I'm covering today in Time or Darkness. The similar Explorers games, this is all new stuff. Now, unfortunately, I just completed my 2 favorite episodes. But now we get into the more cluster-fudgy ones. Wait, I mean, we already saw a few cluster-fudges during Grovyle's episode, but it's gonna get better. Bum, bum, bum. Alright, 2 out of 5 credits rolls done. Next episode's pretty notorious. Some people really like this episode. But it's notoriously hard. Though I do have a lot of very good items, so that will help a lot. And some people don't like this episode because what does it have to do with the main story? Barely anything. I'm kind of in that group. But here we have the Team Charm episode. They do make a brief appearance in the post-game story as a very successful exploration team. Also, apparently there are a bunch of dicks. Look at what they do to this Graveler. Like, they have absolutely no need to do this at all. But they just randomly lay this trap instead of collecting the treasure and going. I mean, if it's like a Gen 5 or Gen 6 Graveler that you encounter in the wild that does absolutely nothing but sturdy self-destruct you, then sure, it deserved it. But still, like, what the hell? There's your introduction to episode 4. Team Charm just randomly murders a Graveler for no reason. No reason. Here comes Team Charm, the heroes. We had that very heartwarming story between Groval and Dustnor with famous motivational dialogue, and then we played this. And then the first dungeon, of all things, they use a friend area theme from Blue Rescue Team, which doesn't make for a very good dungeon theme, because we're going to hear it loop about 20 times. But yeah, this episode has a lot of bullshit in it. Also, a very bizarrely faced Blossom. It's intentionally bizarrely faced. They weren't just bad at drawing it. Though I do love seeing people react to that for the first time. Okay, good thing I have a lot of good items. So let's see, I'm gonna take all of the... Actually, I'm only gonna take 2 items because that's all that'll help. I'll take an apple, I guess. Revive, revive, revive. Totter, totter. All of these, why not? Okay. So 3 revives and practically infinite Monster House orbs. Alright, random movesets. I got Quick Attack, that's pretty useful. You have Psychic, that's very nice. And Growl, that's going to be helpful later, surprisingly. And Metacham always just does Force Palm. Okay, and let's see. Special Band for Gardevoir, Power Band for Metacham, and Lopunny has Klutz, so she doesn't get a held item. She can't use it anyways. Alright, I pulled pretty good movesets. By default, no matter what, each character will get 1 stab move. So at the worst, you'll use Pound on Lopunny, you'll use Force Palm on Metacham, Confusion on Gardevoir. And stab moves are the way to go in Mystery Dungeon, since it's one of the most potent damage boosts you can get with this damage formula. Ooh, nice. I'll take that. But Quick Attack is very nice too. That's also a stab move for me that'll reach 2 tiles out. And I can use it to... I can attack from behind an ally with that. You know what, I just had a totally random thought. Maybe it's a good idea to do Bidoof's Wish before this episode so that you can use a weather orb on these floors. Never thought of that before. Guess I have a new strat for all special eps. Because, yeah, sandstorms are fun and interactive, as you can see. Oh, boy. Okay. It is fitting that I have the Q-Charm ability. So, funny enough, Lopunny is the leader, and Gardevoir is team member number 2, but I consider Metacham to be the MVP of this team. especially because of an upcoming boss fight, but even in general, Metacham is just so much stronger than the other two, especially when she gets high jump kick. Holy crap. Which, if she levels up, she will learn high jump kick during this episode. Similarly, if I level up, I learn agility, which is also really helpful. Oh boy. Getting wrapped in a sandstorm. Oh boy, this is fun and interactive. Okay. Yeah. Actually, I'm talking crap about Gardevoir, but having a special band and psychic, she's probably going to be pretty good this time. Usually she's like the worst, but yeah, she's fine right now. Special band and psychic will definitely make a difference. She's still going to be useless during the first boss fight though. Oop. Oh crap, that's death probably. Oh, okay, we're good. Multi-hit moves are really dumb. They're very inaccurate in this game, but they're really dumb. You see, the base power of a move doesn't make a very big difference in this game with its damage calculation. So while they did give multi-hit moves very low base power for each hit, they still hit like trucks on every single hit. Nice, I'll take that revive for sure. Got 5 revives. That's a lot. Oh, I actually ran out of PP per pound. Wapani's quick attack animation, she's like freaking out. I don't often see this. Okay, I'm gonna heal. Streamer, prove this isn't a splice by eating the Graveler Rock. Yeah, okay. Because you can eat a Graveler Rock. I mean, if it was the fake one, yes, you can eat that. But you're not doing a very good job that you know jack shit about the game. Or proving that you know anything about the game. But no, PP carries over between dungeons. Or, oh my god. Between floors. Carries over between floors. You get healed between dungeons, but no, PP management is actually a thing in PMD. It's not something you care about very often in main series, but yeah, here, like, max elixirs actually matter. Although, in all special episodes in particular, each dungeon tends to be fairly short, so it's usually not a problem. And then I got lucky, I have quick attack as a backup for when I run out of pound PP, but that shouldn't happen, like, ever. And yes, Reviver Seeds also restore PP. There goes a saying in PMD speedrunning, death is never the right answer, unless you are out of belly, out of PP, and have Reviver Seeds. But yeah, there is actually a variant of the Graveler Rock that can be eaten in game. Also, I love this song, and it only shows up here and in like as random music in a couple other dungeons, and that makes me sad. Never get to hear this music, like, ever. Yeah, the song is sadly just called Random Dungeon Theme. They didn't have a place for it, and indeed it only shows up as a randomly chosen theme in like a couple dungeons. It's so rarely heard. I guess that's one thing I like about running all special episodes. I get to hear that kind of music that I normally never hear. Also, here we have Team All-Wheel Drive. I mean, Team AWD. They think they're tough, but they have horrible type disadvantages against us. Although, funny enough, when we have to, spoiler, fight them, the game positions us in, like, the worst way possible, so... Actually, it positions us like this, where it puts Gardevoir near the two dark types, puts Metachan near the poison type. Metachan usually uses just fighting type moves, so yeah, that could go better. Forgot about that. I still have no idea what the optimal strategy is for the Team AWD fight. No clue. Ideally, they walk towards you, but it doesn't always happen. Yes, there's a team called ACT, Team ACT, in Blue Rescue Team. Alright. Oh, thought I was going into the dungeon, but no, we have an encounter with Sentra here. Oh, that's true. You can agility abuse that boss fight. I don't know if I remember how to do that properly. Guess we can test that. We'll see if I remember. You know what? Yeah, if I can remember how to do it. The last boss in this episode is a nice way to showcase how broken agility is in this game. You can actually use it to get infinite turns if you know what you're doing. And I got a lot of practice with that once. In a certain speedrun where I used a Pikachu main. Don't do that in this game, by the way. Don't do it. It's too bad Lopunny can't use a power band. It would benefit her so much. Also, that was great. But yeah, a lot of people say Pikachu is good in this game, and it is true that it gets access to two very good moves with agility and discharge, but oh, don't let Reddit tell you that Pikachu is good in this game because of that. Oh. I mean, it won't learn those moves until, like, the very end of the game. Or post-game, for one. And for another. This game just hates electric types. Oh, there's high jump kick. That's going to be very handy. Or very deadly if I get unlucky, but... Oh wait, that is not what I wanted to turn off. This is what I want, okay. Don't want Metacham using high jump kick in regular dungeons. It's too deadly. That move hits really hard. But if it misses, Metacham takes a ton of damage. And frankly, she's strong enough with Force Palm. She doesn't need high jump kick yet. Oh, Metacham just wandered off, but she'll be fine. Gardevoir wandering off is more concerning, although this is convenient. I actually naturally got agility. Cool. I can abuse it during the Aggron fight. Okay. Now, fortunately, even if the party splits up, As soon as you take a staircase, everyone comes together, so. Alright, this infamous boss fight. Let's see if I can cheese it. Pun not intended. Yeah, that was actually pretty lucky. They split up. I got more EXP, and then I happened to learn all the moves I need, so that's really good. And yes, levels 34 and 37 are before Darkrai, but it's like, in a speedrun setting, we beat Dialga at level 34. So when I say late game, I mean like main story up to Dialga. I'm forgetting I need to be specific. Don't tell me that Pikachu is good during the main story. That's all I'll say. I have a rant specifically for that, and what a myth that is. Because you don't get those moves until the end of the main story with Dialga. And then even in post-game, there's still problems. But okay, enough about that. I will demonstrate, or try to demonstrate, how busted agility is. Okay, high jump kick, also pretty busted. Alright, so, agility, move, attack. That guy's dead. Agility. Move, attack. Agility. Move. Attack. Agility. I did it wrong. Oh well. I tried. Yeah, I did it wrong. Oh wait, no wait, I'm still getting, wait. I'm confused actually, I'm confused. I'm genuinely confused. I guess I've just never seen it interact with enemies before. It's still working though, they haven't done anything yet. So yeah. Move, attack. Agility. Move. They didn't get to do anything. I did it correctly. I got confused because I saw that Gardevoir and Medicham weren't getting a boost at one point, but no, I did it correctly. They did not get a single turn. That is how broken agility is. You have to move very, very specifically because you can only go up to quadruple speed. So you have to move specifically so that you lose speed and then can use agility again and get a boost. But what happens is when you use agility, the game gives you one free turn. Well, okay, it gives you get like 2 free turns after you use agility, and then after that, what it's supposed to do is just improve your movement speed. Or normally you can only move 1 tile per turn, but with increased speed you can move multiple tiles per turn. And you just abuse the hell out of that so that it wears off at the perfect time for your convenience. And then, voila. I'm pretty much set for this run now. I've got a ton of Monster House orbs, and I've still got 5 Reviver Seeds. 6 Reviver Seeds, so alright. We're just gonna go balls to the walls now, I guess. Just gonna focus on finishing. I can actually finish quite strong now. Ah. I say I can finish strong, and then Stairs Luck instantly corrects me. Not much I can do about that, though. Do I have sticks? I have rocks. There we go. We're using rocks. You asked for it. There you go. Oh, wait. Where even... Okay, I see where I need to go. Oh. So yeah, rocks can hit through protect. Oh, shit. Okay. Okay. Wow, that was a floor. That was a very floor. Oh my gosh, fuck this. Okay. Got lots of petrify orbs, just use them. Okay, so my rationale for the dungeon order, or episode order, is I do Igglybuff and Grovyle first because I personally consider them the easiest, so I consider that a good opportunity to stack up on revives, if, you know, if things go decently. And then I have revives for the Aggron fight, which is usually a disaster, but I completely obliterated it this time because I luckily got agility just as it was beginning. Granted, it takes pretty bad dungeon RNG to fight enough that you'll get agility in the first place, but I mean, if you get it, free fight, so still beneficial. Dude, I wish Metacham would follow behind closer. Just to deal with these stupid Agrons or Lairons. Okay, there we go. Also, good thing Gardevoir's not weak to steel yet. Oh yeah, as if Metacham wasn't OP enough, she also has huge power. Now, huge power is weird in this game. It doesn't activate with every attack, it just activates on some. I'll take that, sure. 7 revives, why not? This is ridiculous. Okay. Yeah, that's one issue that Explorers of Sky has that, like, every other PMD, including Blue Rescue Team, which came before this, deals with. Every other Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game actually has a leader swap function somewhere. Blue Rescue Team, you had to do some menu digging for it, and you could only do it in certain dungeons, but it was there. It's there in Gates once you get to the post-game. It's there in Super and Rescue Team DX immediately on side missions, and in Rescue Team DX you can even use it during the story, which works out very well for us in the speedrun. But yeah, not being able to swap leaders sucks. If we could, we would just main Metacham, although I guess she wouldn't have enough PP. But at the very least, we could keep her closer behind Lopunny or something. I guess Lopunny's damage output is still reasonably good. It just barely falls short at times. Also, Igglybuff / Wigglytuff's trend of accidentally uncovering the correct answers continues. Whether or not it's an accident, who knows? I mean, that time it certainly doesn't look like it, but... It's too bad we can't just sequence break and go right in the middle immediately. That'd be so nice. It would have saved me all those awful layouts in the left chamber. This dungeon has, like, really different music. It, like, doesn't fit in with the rest of the game. I still like it, though. So, as I was saying regarding dungeon order, yeah, you do Igglybuff and Grovyle first. You save up, ideally save up items for this, and then in this episode, you know, you get past Aggron, and then you stockpile items for Bidoof and Sunflora. That's my personal logic. But you can do the episodes in whatever order. You could, if you wanted to grind WR, you could like... You could just start with a really stupid episode just to make sure you like get through it without issue, without having to reset too much. But as far as marathons go, I think this is the most marathon-safe path to take. And a lot of the time, this category is done in races, so that makes it race-safe as well. Though, oh, crap. Even with that, races of this category tend to get all over the place. Also, wait. Oh, okay. There's the path up here. I legitimately just had a moment of where are the stairs. Also, I forgot to turn off my alerts. My bad, Long and Thon. I just noticed that. My bad. My bad. By the way, I like a lot of water-type Pokemon. Oh. Can we don't? But yeah, thank you guys for following my personal channel. Like I said, I mainly do lots of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon speedruns there. Alright, let me move the alerts. Sorry. Service fish. Yeah. We'll be seeing service fish in use for the next Recruit-em-all for sure. Someone said random Totodile and I had no idea what they were talking about. Now I know. If you want to point something out, you might want to be more specific. Just instead of saying something kind of easy to misinterpret. Oh, okay. You want to be careful about Volbeat. It has Illuminates. So when you attack it, it blinks and that spawns another enemy. So I probably should have just turned off Metacham's moves. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Okay, we have an issue. Missing an attack on it can also... actually, no, I don't think that procs Illuminate, but still. That was getting a little ugly. Speaking of... Come on! Come on! I tried. It's okay, I've got a ton of revives, it's fine. Illuminate still does the same thing if the Illuminate Pokemon's in your party. It still spawns enemies. Therefore, obviously a terrible ability for going from point A to point B. However, a certain Pokemon, nicknamed Service Fish, still proves extremely handy for recruiting. So, it's still very useful for that purpose. It's not always completely detrimental. It can actually be extremely vital for finding Pokemon with low spawn rates. Because the game has a hard limit on how many turns you're allowed to spend on a floor. It's 1,000. And bear in mind, just walking a tile counts as a turn, so... Some Pokemon are rare and only spawn on certain floors, so being able to stay on those floors and spawn tons of Pokemon and at a quick pace, very helpful. And that is how Service Fish came to be my favorite Pokemon. Now time for more agility abuse against Team All-Wheel Drive. Agility. Block, attack. Agility. Block, attack. Agility. Block, Agility. Walk, walk. Okay, attack. Agility. Walk. Walk. Attack. Agility. Walk. Walk. Win. I mean, I'd be pissed if this team kicked my ass. Especially with that move. Oh yeah, GG, easy. Yeah, they fixed agility in later games. It's still a really good move though, even then. Alright, so I still have like 6 or 7 revives or something for the last 2 episodes. Badoo Swish, and today's OMG. I was really worried I wouldn't be able to make this estimate, but it looks like I'll be fine. Divine fixed. Well, you can't get infinite turns with it. You can still do some agility abuse, especially in Super Mystery Dungeon, and especially, you know, if you know what you're doing, you can still get your partner's free turns with it in later games. Also, it was a Ditto. If anyone was wondering what was up with all the Pokemon with bizarrely derpy faces, there you go. It was a Ditto. Just like in the anime, he has a hard time copying faces. Also, yeah, they give the treasure chest a portrait. But yeah, as I was saying, you can still do some kind of agility abuse in later games by giving allies free turns, but you can't get infinite turns with it anymore. Oh yeah, linked moves probably are broken in tandem with agility and Rescue Team DX. I didn't even think of that. Never mind, they didn't fix it. They tried though. And there's the title screen. So these are time gears, a very, very essential element of the story, normally, like in the main story. Why exactly they are where they are, I don't know. Apparently removing them from their slots freezes time. Apparently there's supposed to be 5 in Temporal Tower for that to not happen. But for some reason they're just not there, and they're scattered elsewhere, and everyone thinks they're supposed to be where they are. It's confusing! Your headcanon is that Grovyle beat the heck out of that Ditto. It's either that or Grovyle found the one in the volcano that we never see during the story. And then here we get a little bit more expansion on Wigglytuff's background, and that he temporarily joins Team Charm. That's like the only tie-in with the main story. Okay. So that episode was like 34-25. That's pretty okay. I think my PB for that episode is a 31. Still, I'll take not dying. Utah! Alright, 3rd out of 5 credits roll. 2 stories to go. Mostly just going to be rushing them as quick as I can. Although I do have to I have to go a little out of my way to use storage in those episodes. It's not in as convenient of a spot. So yeah, I guess in theory, if you wanted to truly optimize the hell out of this category, maybe it would be smart to do Bidoof Swish or today's OMG early. Just get them over with so you know you'll succeed at them, and save the time of checking storage. But yeah, good luck, have fun if you want to optimize this. Good luck. Don't do that. Do better things with your life, kids. I do enjoy PMD speedrunning, genuinely. They're actually pretty easy runs to get into because there's no RNG manips, there's very little in terms of techniques and tricks. Agility abuse is kind of a rare breed. Actually, I don't think they are Zaboos. I think someday we're going to want to change the timing rules for this episode, because there was a bit of a weird loophole with the timing of this, where you could also do Grovil's episode last to save some time. But I think we're going to change that someday. So yeah, I usually have Kappa banned in my chat. So yeah, I guess there's that now, Shady. Yeah, this category is one of few that hasn't gotten, like, all that much attention for super optimization, but I shudder to think what it would be like. But I had to ban Kappa on my personal streams because it was getting abused. I just noticed that they use smaller lettering for the end there than they do in Grovil's episode in the main story. Weird touch. Okay. So list, the Bidoof Swish, here we go. The new mascot of the Pokemon Company as of April 1st, 2021. Now, improper Kappa use makes for very confusing chat, especially for somebody that already struggles with sarcasm as it is. Ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum, ba-bum. Now, luckily I have a power band, so that's going to help a lot. I guess this is the best time to talk about the Jirachi exploit. I was alluding to that earlier. Well, I had already said what it does. It unlocks dungeons early. You can try it yourself. If you have a Sky save file where Bidoof Swish is cleared and you've cleared Crevice Cave in the story and gotten the secret rank, get a Wonder Mail generator, generate a Jirachi challenge letter mission, put it in some dungeon that it's not supposed to be, bam, unlock it. So, you can even unlock some unintended dungeons. Or you can crash the game by trying to unlock Dummy 3. But yeah, funny enough, because of that, this episode is now required in the Beat Darkrai speedrun with Wonder Mail. You get to Crevice Cave as fast as possible, then complete this episode, then jump to Dark Crater and beat Darkrai. It's dumb. Or yeah, in my case, I once crashed the game upon putting in a code. So, Dummy 3. Shady has the best explanation of what it does. But it's a dungeon that goes out of bounds in a dungeon table, I believe. So yeah, you could say it's like an extra dungeon that's not supposed to be there when you try entering it. Instead of pulling data from where the game is supposed to generate the dungeon, like choose the enemies and everything that go in it, it just chooses garbage data instead, and then you get genuinely unfathomable things. I don't know why mission text would change. That doesn't make sense. Thank you for the good luck, Keeg. We'll need it, especially when we're playing as this. Bum, bum, ba, bum, bum, ba, ba, bum. Ah, yes, the weather condition look for Celebi. Where the screen goes completely black and you can't see anything. The story of this episode is Bidoof is so bad at his job that Chatot starts giving him remarkably basic tasks. And then it gets to the point where the Kecleons are like, oh, right, he never buys anything. The Kecleons are such cheapskates. They just expect money from everybody. And then they try to scam him into buying a TM that sucks in this game. Feels Bidoof, man. Actually, maybe if he would learn Hidden Power, maybe that could be helpful, because anything but normal type moves for some of the enemies in this run, but... yeah. I say Hidden Power sucks in this game because it changes type every dungeon, I believe. Totally different from how it is in main series. In main series, each Pokemon just gets assigned one type depending on their IVs. But here it's just, you get a totally random type every dungeon. Also, hooray, I explained Dummy 3 correctly for once. Go me! Yeah, it's like worse Secret Power. Secret Power itself is actually okay in this game. Much of what you know from main series would betray you in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Base power means nothing, but PP becomes important. Range and general utility becomes important. Certain moves have totally different effects. Speed doesn't matter. Unless you're using agility, then it becomes the most broken thing in the world. It's a different animal. A general Mystery Dungeon veteran would have a better time picking this up than a Pokemon veteran as far as, like, gameplay skills go. That's not to say a Pokemon veteran shouldn't play this. It's still really good. There's some main series mechanics that carry over, but not too many. I mean, I will say, ever since picking up PMD, I haven't played main series much. Whereas clearly I became quite addicted to PMD. To the point where I've probably played the game like over 100 times. Although I say that, and I actually want to do a main series marathon on my channel soon. Not a speedrun marathon, just a marathon. Just as a break from PMD, because I've done so much of it. I'm to the point where I haven't played the main series games in years. Yo, Kichi, thank you for the good luck. Kichi's the person that drew this. Yeah, funny enough, Flamethrower is a good move either way, but it's good for a totally different reason in Mystery Dungeon. And then Bidoof died. Alright, next episode. No, he gets up. Oh yeah, Kichi also drew my Mozza high beam out. I forgot that you just need to go straight up in that room, I think. And then Bidoof died. Next episode. I mean, if we could just move on to the next episode after a death, this run would be over with in less than an hour. There it is, all special episodes death percent. There's a new category extension for the category extension boards. Alright, Eponymous, where are you at? Probably everybody that's ever attempted all special episodes has a submission for it already. Ah, the only time Bidoof says nope, nope, nope instead of yup, yup. All special episodes is a miscellaneous category, actually. Because it's a pretty fun one to race. Genuinely, anyone can win a race of all special episodes. I've been fortunate so far. Today's run's been pretty clean. Trust me, this category can be a disaster. Absolutely. Also, yes, you can wish to rule the world at the end of this. I mean, that might as well be what he did canonically, considering what happens after you complete this episode. Or, rather, what you can do to the game. And yes, this category bans items from the main file, but you can use items between episodes. Like, once I have control over Bidoof, I'm going to go to storage and withdraw a bunch of revives. And a bunch of Monster House Orbs, and the Power Band, and the Chesto Berry. Will do, Salted. Maybe he'll beat my WR. You can't get record with dumb luck in every PMD category, but you definitely can in episodes. To a point, anyways. Eventually, a top runner would probably get, like, perfect luck, and at that point it'd be over, but otherwise, technically anyone can get any of these records. Technically. A lot of people do like to use these episodes to practice movement before getting into the bigger main story runs, because Pokemon Mystery Dungeon runs are long. Episodes are the only short runs you can really get. Or you can do, like, cutscene-less main story, which we have a special patch for Sky, and textless for Gates, and so on. But generally, PMD runs are really long, so a lot of people, especially aspiring top runners, like to practice these to get into it. And it is pretty good practice. You'll definitely learn how to deal with some bullshit while you're running these episodes, and you'll also get a lot of movement training. This episode, however, I don't recommend because you have to wait 12 minutes before you can even play. And then you get hail movement, which is dumb. And then Bidoof casually steals my storage. Alright, so we got... Oh, yeah, I don't know how I got this many revives, but I did. Okay, power. Actually, take the chest, though, wherever it is. Bum, 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 bum. The heck? Why did the automod block that message? Whatever. Alright, hail movement, here we go. It's awful. Okay. Also, my moveset is Tackle, Growl, Defense Curl. Bit of a downgrade after the last episodes, huh? It will suffice, though, I guess. Barely. And Snover sucks. I can't control Snover much. Like, I don't have control over the moves he uses. So he'll just randomly either kill things or do nothing. Oh. Okay. So I probably should have brought Oran berries. Ooh, that's a good orb. I'll take that. Okay. Yeah, I might actually waste a revive here, just to hail damage, but it's fine. Now, funny enough, I slowly regenerate health as I walk around. Enemies don't, though, so they'll just occasionally randomly die to the hail, and you get a random pause when that happens. So there's lots of Kecleons trying to scam you here with weather orbs, although that's actually not a terrible purchase, because... well, then you can get rid of the hail for a bit. We don't have time for that in a speedrun, though, unfortunately. But yeah, this episode actually tries to get you to buy weather orbs and use them to get rid of the hail, which is caused by Snover here, by the way. This crap partner that I don't have control over, yeah, he's also causing the hail. He's not the worst partner, because at least he can defend himself, but he sucks. He sucks for a unique reason. Like, I've barely been hurt by enemies, but I'm almost dead. Because Bidoof doesn't quite regenerate health fast enough to deal with the hail. Luckily I made it out. Yeah, if this was Super Mystery Dungeon, we would use a Blast Seed on Snover. Now here Psyducks can spawn, which would get rid of the hail temporarily. But then if you kill the Psyduck, you have to watch the hail animate again, so... oh boy, now I get poison and hail. Oh boy. Now poisoning actually stops your health regeneration, so... it's interesting how they implemented poisoning. Like, it's totally detrimental to the player, whereas useless against enemies, but I still kind of enjoy how it's implemented in a way, in the sense that, like, I think it makes sense what they did, where it very slowly chips away at your health. So there's incentive to use a healing item for poison, but if you don't have one, you can get by. I find once at least for me personally, you know, once I get attached enough to Mystery Dungeon, I get very attached to having my health regeneration, so having it taken away is pretty significant. Oh boy. Oh. Okay, usually Lunatone's an issue, but it actually took a lot of hail damage. Oh, it's too late for that. Oh well. And now for the hardest boss fight in the run. It's so hard, we can't win. Also salted, I believe if you try doing skips in episodes, it doesn't work. If there is a Jirachi mission skip that actually works, that lets you beat an episode early, then crap. I didn't know that. Which I guess would make the WR for this category quite free. Yeah, you're confusing me, Salted. Does that actually work? Could I have skipped half of Igglybuff's special episode today without even knowing? It ruins the episode permanently. So not something you'd want to do on console. Okay, anyways, impossible fight. So impossible we just quit. And there you go. You don't have to win that fight. You can. You very easily can if you've got Totter Seeds and Reviver Seeds, but you don't have to. And quitting like that doesn't punish you. Now, the next fight I do have to win. Utah, motherfuckers! Wigglytuff's guild is here. Believe it or not, despite the seemingly insurmountable odds for Snover here, you can still lose this, courtesy of Diglett and Doug Trio. No problems that time, but you can get some really bad things to happen during that. You can. Sometimes Chimecho uses Healing Wish, and that takes an entire minute to animate on everybody. Sometimes Diglett or Doug Trio use Earthquake or Magnitude, and it hits everybody, including you, and it'll kill you. Idiots. Sometimes Snover uses Powder Snow and hits everybody. You can have really bad fights, despite the odds. So, don't get too excited about Wigglytuff's whole guild showing up unless you like memes. But luckily that was clean. Actually, probably the fastest I've ever had that go for me, now that I think about it. Too bad they don't follow me into the next dungeon, because I'm sure any one of these guys would still be more helpful than Snover was. Except maybe Doug Trio, screw him. Oh no, an enemy. Don't worry, Bidoof, I've got this. I'll use Magnitude. Wait, what? Oh no, a monster house. Good thing I have Magnitude. I'll just make sure I miss everybody except Bidoof. Because yes, I'm pretty sure those moves have bad accuracy too. Imagine if they cared that little, that they like randomly had, or even just gave you the option of having Doug Trio join, and they had him have Magnitude. Just imagine if they were that careless. What a disaster. It wouldn't even help much because a lot of the most annoying Pokemon have Levitate. It would help for Gulpin. Might as well use Magnitude on him. Gulpin's gonna kill you anyways. Not yet. Not yet time to Chesto Jirachi. We've got one more dungeon first. This part is full of rock types and steel types and Gulpins that have 10,000 health. This part sucks. It absolutely sucks. Unless we get Stairs luck. Which can happen. Also, that part's a little funny. The Guildmaster's like, oh, you know what, this was Bidoof's mission. We'll be modest and let him go ahead. And then he's told that he could have wished for perfect apples, and he's like, I'm going in. Oh, shit. What was I saying about Stairs luck? Wow, that dungeon was hard, Cheese. That dungeon was like, I don't know how you beat that, man. How did you do it? That dungeon was so hard. That was probably one of the best runs of that dungeon ever. Welcome to PMD, everybody! 3 stairs and then no battles on the 4th floor. Do I have a favorite among the episodes? Yes, it's Grovil's. I love Grovil's episode. That episode had dialogue that genuinely motivated me. What enemies? Alright, Chestoberry, so he can't use rest. Totter Seed so that he doesn't kill me. And spam tackle. Yeah, that is why we Chesto him. Very mean. A steel type boss for Bidoof that has rest to full heal. Very mean. That's why a Chestoberry is helpful. Not bad. That is roughly 26? Decent Bidoof time, I think. Actually, I think that's very decent. I can't remember. I don't remember what's good for Bidoof. Is it 23, 24, whatever? Shit. I forgot where the cursor was for that. I was just gonna say I could take the funny answer here, but I want to do this optimally, and I did it wrong. 26 with storage is good. Alright. You can wish to rule the world if you want there. I tried going for the optimal dialogue. I tried. I fucked it up. Like I said, I don't do episode runs very often. No, we want to be the best explorer ever. I mean, I guess to be fair, given the Jirachi mission exploit, that kind of becomes true. Bidoof's wish causes us to be able to unlock any dungeon. He's that good of an explorer, he can go wherever the fuck he wants. Including Dummy 3. Don't go there though. Don't do it. Don't do it. And then he wishes for Toto-senpai, who likes gold! No. Oh. I don't even know when time stops for that episode, evidently. Alright. I've seen that bee dragon, that's great. Yes, Toto-senpai does like my follow alerts. You can still probably hear the sounds from my follow alerts now that I think about it. But I took them off the screen at least. One more, Zell, one more. This category has 5 different credits rolls, so one more episode. But however, it is the shortest one, so I should be done in... Let's see. PB was done in 7 minutes. I should be done in a little over 20 minutes. So you don't have too much more time. It should be a little over 20 minutes. But yes, it's time for a very commonly memed episode. Today's OMG. Yeah, we have to watch the credits. This is so that the game actually saves that we finished the episode, and so that our inventory actually gets saved. We used to not require watching the credits, but then we had an issue where you could exploit storage. Like, you know, right now I have 1 billion revives in storage. Let's just say hypothetically I lost those revives this episode. Then I could, like, load the save and get the revives back. So we've had to mandate watching credits so that that wouldn't be an issue. Because it doesn't save your completion until after the credits. If only they put the save before, then we could just reset. But no, you have to watch. It's okay, it's really, really lots of lore. We're supposed to have lots of long cutscenes. Bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, 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 ba, bum. Okay. This episode has the least cutscenes. And there's only 16 floors of dungeons. It's by far the shortest. One of my favorite to just randomly pick up and run. Because you kind of get into the action pretty quickly. But it is a notoriously bullshit episode. Because Sunflora here, well, she's better here than she is in main series, but she still runs into a lot of problems. Today's, oh my gosh. By the way, I'm like 7 minutes ahead of my PB for all special episodes, so... Yeah, this entire thing is going on speedrun.com, assuming I don't somehow lose all that time, which, going to be honest, with the items I have, I'm quite sure that's almost impossible. So I need to highlight, or rather, I need a highlight made of Bidoof's Wish, and I need a highlight of this run. And yeah, funny enough, there's no fire types in the dungeon. But every other type that a grass type is weak to is here. I think there's even an enemy that has Ice Fang somewhere. There's only fire types in the cutscenes. Kind of weird. If I die in this episode somehow, like die, like run out of revives, I will give 5 subs. That's not a lot, but I have 6 survives? 6 or 7? And like 6 petrify orbs? I'm good. I'm good. And the power band. But yeah, where's Pixel? Pixel chose this episode for his get good grinding. Like I said, some aspiring runners start with special episodes. Pixel picked this one up, and he's done hundreds of attempts. I don't remember if he got WR or if he's just been close, but I know he's had some good runs. Oh, Pixel is Wii U WR. Okay. I don't think he hit 1,000, but I know he's got like several hundred. I guess this episode is just addicting. He's not the only person that's grinded the crap out of this. Flango and Pistillenpox also grinded the crap out of it once. Okay. Have you come to steal other people's items, Sunflora? I've gotcha. Alright. Power band. Orange, sure. Revive. Totter. Alright, petrify. Quick. Spurn. Go. Go. Oh, the soundtrack's comfy. Alright, don't get too comfy. It gets less comfy in Spring Cave. Unless you really like Blue Rescue Team. Here we go. Oh yeah, I got a random moveset here too. Let's see. I got Absorb, that's pretty good. It's a good backup move to have access to. Oh dear. Okay. Okay. So many things chasing me. That's a good orb. I probably should have taken that one. Alright, you get away from me. Probably should have used Absorb. But I have a lot of revives, I don't care. Okay. That was a little rough. Yeah, I do have a lot of those orbs. The Full Hold Orb is a little superior to Petrify, though, because it petrifies a whole floor. So that's an item you genuinely cannot have too many of. Like, you can just use a Full Hold Orb as soon as you enter a floor and save time, so... Full Hold, you should never pass. I actually, like, should have grabbed that, but I don't often go in, like, full-on balls-to-the-walls rush mode, so whenever I do go into that mode, I handle it a bit odd. Nice. Thankfully, Sunflora always has Grass Whistle and she always has Razor Leaf. The other two moves are random. If we didn't have Grass Whistle every run, these fights would suck. Each dungeon has a different spawn rate for Kecleon shops. I do think certain special episodes do have pretty high Kecleon shop rates, though. Bidoof Swish definitely does. They show up a lot in Bidoof Swish. And then in Grovowl's episode, on the other hand, they don't show up at all, because it's the dark future. So even though money spawns during the Grovowl episode, technically, when you're just running that episode, there's zero reason to grab money. Because you have nothing to spend it on at all. Okay, Upper Spring Cave. There. I think Absorb is more accurate than Razor Leaf. Wouldn't have been a bad idea to hit a Wonder Tile there too, because Screech is kind of busted. Okay. This is gonna be tricky. Or not, I'll get a crit. That works. Yeah. Honestly, I have so many revives, it's not even worth the healing animation. Although I am running out of PP for Razor Leaf, so might have a choice. Okay. Yeah, this could be going better. But still not too terrible. And yeah, given how greedy the Kek Bros are, yeah, they would certainly set up shop in future if they could, no doubt about it. Okay. Oh boy. Yeah, just kill me. Do I have a throwing item? No, alright. Just kill me. Thank you. You've got to be shitting me. You know what? You gotta be shitting me with this. I died to curse and then I got confused again before I could do anything. There we go. That was bullshit. That was fucking bullshit. If I had a throwing item, I would have used it, but I didn't bring any. That's what confusion does. You can't control which direction you face when you use a move or walk. That was bullshit. Also, in main series, while Confusion only lasts 1 to 4 turns, in PMD it lasts a long time. I want to say it's like about 8 turns. It's ridiculous. Also, say goodbye to the only fire types in the entire episode. Even though this episode makes a big deal of fire types, they only show up there. That's it. And then Sunflora shouts her tagline a bunch. Oh my gosh. What a catchphrase. Each guild member has a different catchphrase. Sunflora's, you'll never guess, it's oh my gosh. Wigglytuff has Yum-Ta. Corefish for some reason says hey hey. Bidoof says yup yup. Krogunk has this laugh that goes like meh, and so on. They all have like their own little line, or at least almost all of them do. I don't think Chatot or Trimeco have anything. Trimeco is most known for breaking the fourth wall during one of the cutscenes added to Sky. She gives you a yes-no prompt for no reason. Oh, this doesn't have a lot of Pokemon in it, but it has some big boys in it. Yeah. Okay. Oh, jeez. Damn it, of course I was on the way to the stairs. I'm dead. I like how Screech is only partially animating because Onyx is so big, there's no space between it and myself to show like the actual Screech animation. Also, fuck, because of the sandstorm. Actually, I think all the enemies that I petrified are immune. Okay, yeah, luckily they're- oh fuck, I'm an idiot. Don't step on that. Don't step on that. There's another one, what the fuck? I just want to get to the stairs. Fuck, dude. Okay, that could have gone a lot better than it did. If you're wondering how the hell you survive this without Absorb, good question. It's a lot harder. Oh, I should be using Razor Leaf from a distance more, damn it. Oh well. Gotta remember the one attribute that Sunflora has, her stab ranged move. Well, and I guess Grass Whistle, actually. You can use Grass Whistle to a pretty good effect. Ugh. What is going on? An unfortunate floor. Just today's OMG things. Also a very unfortunate Haunter 2 fight. Okay, last dungeon. Well, good thing I have a ton of Petrify Orbs. How many Warp Traps will I hit this time? Oh, there's an enemy in here. Yeah, seconds. He heals Petrification because of Shed Skin. Give me that. I could have just Razor Leafed that. Oh my god. Did you think I had too many Petrify Orbs? No, I had just enough. I had just enough. Alright, one more boss. Unfortunately, you can't use orbs in boss fights. Yeah, that last one, to be fair, is actually 50%. I get it like every time though. I get it 100% of the time, I swear. Even though it's only a 50% chance to even spawn, and then, you know, you might not even walk into the room, but I get it every time. Now, I've still got like 6 revives left or something for this. Yeah, 25% chance to encounter it. Still 100% for me. So, the whole mystery of this episode is the invincible Haunter. It's here that you expose that there were 3 of them, and then you have to fight them all at once, while on fire, which lowers your attack and you do take some damage. Very fair and balanced. And you fight ghost poison types. The only assistance you get is Loudred, who you have no control over. He can use Astonish, which they are weak to. That's about the only good move he's got out of his 4. I guess Confuse Ray is also helpful, so yeah, good luck, have fun, the fight. Good start. Oh dear, alright, you're getting put to sleep. Pursuit is a counter-attacking move in this game, which luckily won't work if the enemy's asleep. Good thing, too, because they're all spamming it. Loudred refuses to use his dark or his ghost type move, and instead uses the normal type move. Good job. Oh, there he goes. Oh, that one was awake though. Oh, Loudred, what are we gonna do with you, man? Oh, he's bodyguard. Not that it did any good. Okay, figured it was that. There we go. GG. That is roughly all special episodes in 3:05. A 7-minute PB for me, actually. I had a 3:12. I didn't even think I was going to go underestimate. That's pretty funny. Thank you for the GGs. That went surprisingly well. I would say thank you for the Twitch Prime sub, except that's too really long-a-thon and not me. But it's really long, blah blah blah. Thanks to you for the Twitch Prime sub. Enjoy your serves. Wait, wrong channel. But yeah, thank you for the GGs. Now I'm gonna have to make sure Zelna's highlights this, which he probably would anyways, but... By the way, how the hell do they handcuff the Haunters? You would not think that would work. Whatever. Now the timer's still running. Gotta get to the end of this cutscene. But currently, with our rules, time stops at the final input of the last episode. Or final necessary input. Yeah, trust me, this category can be a disaster. This was surprisingly clean. I had 6 revives left over, which is insane. It's very common to die left and right to bullshit in this run, so this was quite fortunate. I was really afraid it was going to take 3.5 hours. So I'm glad this was a success. And I hope you guys enjoyed. I didn't talk about the story very much at all. I am bad at doing that, but play this game yourself if you're interested in the story. It's worth a play just for that alone. It's very good, especially by Pokemon standards. Oh, apparently my split was messed up for this. It looks like maybe I got a 306. Oh, nope, that's it. Okay, 305. 305.49. That is time. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Well, I already said it all. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed the Sour Please. Don't forget to follow my channel for more Sour Please with the Mystery Dungeon games, even though pretty soon I'm going to be doing a main series marathon. But usually I do PMD. Yeah, thank you guys very much for the GGs. Yeah, it is a very RNG category. I mean, that can go well or poorly. That's just PMD, man. Yeah, next week on my personal channel, I'm doing a Recruit 'em All speedrun, which... oh boy. So much RNG in that. But I will have a completely new route developed around our new Jirachi exploit, so... yes, I actually got world record for Igglybuff. This run had a world record.